Sure.
Oh, you're alive and you're primping in the
I
thing.
looked like rabbit ears coming down. I was about to be like, I know. I didn't notice until we went live. I looked like I had rabbit ears. They're used to me by now.
All right, we'll wait just a little while, see if anybody comes in. If not, we're going to go ahead and do what we got to do because, yeah, it's that kind of day. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Nope, that's not it. I'm trying to find this online just so I can share it, but as usual, it's not working. Somebody's here.
Hello, how are you today?
How are you today? Welcome in. If you're joining us, let us know you're here. Say hello. Oh, I'm on top chat, of course. Hold on. There we go. That's better. We are live today because, it's just one of those days. It's all the feels and all the everything.
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie. How are you, honey? It's just one of those days where it's been one of those weeks, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. But yeah, live is easier today. That's just why. It is what it is. Let us know what you're working on, what you're doing. Man, I'm right up in the camera. I really don't like that.
I'm leaned all the way back and like, shoot.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad you're good. What's going on in your world? Let us know. Give us some good news. I'd really like to hear some good news for once.
Yeah.
Just because. Kristen did my hair and
It didn't look like that. You messed it up.
I know, right? I don't really care. So I'm trying to find the live on here, but it's not showing up on my phone, so I can't share it out.
Y'all are in there. Tell us what you're working on. And if you're not working on anything, what were you working on, or what are you going to work on?
Listen to Miss Thing back here.
Well, you're busy, so I have to take over.
That's right. Good girl. All right, 1 second.
Hi.
Hey, Bri Michelle, how are you?
Couldn't read that from here.
That's Huda Knitter. That's Bri Michelle.
Scrunchies and Afghans?
Scrunchies.
Nice.
Are you working on spring scrunchies? Are you doing something else? What kind of Afghans are you working on? Y'all going to hear in a few minutes that I'm just trying to soak up all the things to figure out what my next step is, because right now I'm in a funk.
Your hair is not cooperating today.
You'll live. It'll be all right. Can you hear us loud enough? Because the air conditioner's going, it's going. The guys are mowing grass.
I talk soft, so tell me if I need to speak up.
Hold on. I got a thing about bumblebees I got to deal with.
Working on hats and socks. Nice. Are you knitting socks or are you crocheting socks?
Sorry, I had a message about meeting somebody this evening I had to take care of. Hats and socks. I bet she's knitting. I think Bri Michelle is, who the knitter.
But I just wanted, I'm curious. I'm curious.
You're curious?
Yeah.
I don't think you've been in a lot of lives when we've been in there with Bri Michelle. Pretty sure she's knitting them. My knitting skills are not there, and at this point,
I'm learning.
My crochet skills are not in question, but my want to is in question. I want to crochet.
Blanket yarn and half-double crochet. Scrunchies are all different colors. Yay!
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Blanket yarn. Oh my goodness.
It's just not.
I can't. I think it's very warm and it looks really cozy. I'm curious, those who work with blanket yarn, about tying in your ends and making sure it doesn't fall apart and how it washes up. I used to use it for amigurumi, but like I said, my hands don't go there anymore, so it doesn't help. This is what I'm working on. If you've seen the videos from last week, then you know it grew a little bit. the star blanket, baby blanket, and it will lay out better once I do it to where I've had it wrinkled all together. This is, somebody said they had this color, and I think it's pistachio. It's Lime Brand ice cream yarn, and I love to use ice cream yarn to make these
so
star blankets. And I don't even know where the pattern came from. I do know it's YouTube. It's listed in the video that we did for it last week.
Hi.
But this one is for heirloom. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? Easy peasy house slippers. Cool.
I thought that said prettiest.
No, it says easiest peasiest.
Well, I can't see this far away, so.
So my problem now is that I want to have things, to show that we're doing for YouTube. But then as I crochet, when I do stuff like this is a more long-term, when I do things like this, then I have a problem because, it takes a long time to get done with it. Hold on one, guys, I got to do one thing real quick. Sorry. Life, right? So my problem is, I get through the week and I'm going, what have I done this week? And okay, I've done this. Yay. I think I was down here somewhere, and I've gone a little bit further than that. But then, I've worked on some donation stuff, which was towels, the hand towels, which, would be, I've shown those a bunch before. And we've had this conversation lots before. Yeah, I'm shaking the camera. I'm not a crocheter who crochets just to show that I have something to show, right? It's not me.
It's not me either. That's why I haven't had a lot of finished objects the past couple weeks.
I don't want to feel like wasting yarn, which I know if you're creating and you're sharing it, that you're not really wasting it. I guess I should look at it like that. You're showing people what things look like and working up patterns to see what they're going to look like. But I don't do markets and that kind of thing. And so just to have things laying around, I just don't want to do that. So yeah. So this, like I said, this blanket is an heirloom. Well, heirloom. Mm-hmm. It's a Hope Chest baby blanket. So it's going to go.
It's going to go to me. They're not.
Listen to her. It's going to go in
colors.
It's going to go in a chest or in a tote for future grandbabies. Just so that way I have things, I realized that, when you find out you're going to have grandbabies, which is a long way away, that you can always make it then. But these are things, this is yarn that I had in my stash that I had already earmarked for this because, like she said, this is Kristen's color. Hey, Niecy, how are you?
Oh, that's what you meant by their one. You knit rectangles, no heel, seam at the back, gather at the toe.
I like that. Hi, Lydia, how are you?
Hello.
Niecy, what are you laughing at? What did I do?
Because I said it's going to me, not them.
That's because it's got this mint green
thing
in it.
It only makes sense for it to go to me.
She's right. It is her colors, and that is when I saw this. I won this in a giveaway, and I can't remember where or why, but it was from Tank. And when I saw this, I did say this is Kristen's because she likes this pistachio mint green thing. But anyway, pumpkin cookies, yay, yum! You're a Cowboys fan. My nephew is a Cowboys fan, like religiously. He's been to see them in person several times because his dad is also a Cowboys fan. So he skips Thanksgiving dinner so that he can go. Yeah, so they can go to the Cowboys to see the Cowboys play. Her college lovey.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a baby blanket. I've got 3 rolls of this yarn. So this is not even one. And I'm this far. So I've got 2 more after this. They're huge. Ice cream yarn goes forever. That's why I love it so much.
I love ice cream yarn.
Niecy, I have a question. Gail, is that your sister or your sister-in-law? Ouch. You're going to have to get the star pattern. The star pattern was listed on the video that we showed, and I'll have to list it again when we do another video. But yeah, There are 8 points on the star, actually. Yeah.
There it is. I thought there was 6.
No, there's 8.
Oh, I see it.
I would like to do 6. 6 would be the Jewish star. Your sister-in-law. Okay, for those who don't know, Nisi, what's wrong with me today? Nisi's sister-in-law has a channel called Broken Hearts Ministry. She has a couple of channels. She also has Gail's Southern Living. But I've been watching this week a lot about her ministry, which is called Broken Hearts Ministry. And if you don't know her, please go check her out. She has an amazing story and an amazing outreach, and I've just really enjoyed getting to know her. And I've known her for a while on her other channel, but getting to know her and know her outreach is an amazing thing. But Michelle's watching Cowboys too. Are you rooting for the Cowboys, but Michelle? Are you and Nisi on separate teams? Seahawks play tomorrow. Little man went downstairs. He'd had enough, right? Hi, Susan. How are you? You're working on a star blanket? How many points? Mandala pinks and blues. I like mandala too, or mandala, whatever. But I really like ice cream yarn. Like, it was funny because we were in the live, whatever it was, that celebration that night, and it came up and they said, "Oh, Tank's giving this away." And I went, "That's mine." And it was. I won 12 points. Oh, wow. Mine has 8. You get a little excited. My dad used to get excited about football. You want everybody to be at the Patriots, so rooting for the Cowboys. Yeah, mine is 8 points. I've done several of these with the ice cream yarn. It's working my nerves right now because it's, for some reason, the thinness of it's getting on my nerves. But Cowboys are ahead by 18. Boy, I bet my nephew is dancing a jig.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, definitely. Him and his dad, both severe Cowboy fans. Yeah. But so that's where my crochet is right now. It's not that I don't want to crochet. I do. And it's not that I don't have things I'm working on. I do have things I'm working on. But 3 to 18, good grief, they're stomping them. I do have things I'm working on. I'm just not doing like mass production stuff. I was watching Kelly from Crochet Mile for Life, and I haven't finished her video yet, but she was talking about how it's a slow go and she's just not getting anywhere right now with her stuff. And I'm thinking, I'm feeling you, sister. I get it. Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not a football fan, but when I was, when I used to watch football with my dad, I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say. I was a Washington Redskins fan. And I realize now we're not allowed to say that, but guess what? Washington Redskins. They will always be the Washington Redskins to me.
Was that football's team?
I think so, yeah. But I used to love to, well, at the time I didn't really like to sit and listen, but we had one channel. So you either watch what he was watching or you didn't watch TV.
See,
hey, speak of her, and there she is, Kelly.
Hello, Kelly.
How are you, baby? I haven't finished watching your video yet, but boy, was I feeling it today. I'm the same way. I'm not getting anywhere. Eagles won against the Redskins. Pooey. Oh, well. I was telling them, Kelly, it's not that I've lost my crochet. I want to crochet. It's just I'm not getting mass production out. I'm working on this, and I'm just not hopping around to a bunch of different things anymore. Once I finally finished that last, the Doctor Who blanket, I have no desire to move on and do a bunch of other stuff. You've been napping. I napped today. I didn't feel well. I'm trying not to nap during the day now because of my sleeping. My sleeping pattern has been out of whack for about 3 years, y'all. Like, literally, if I get 3 hours sleep, I'm good. I mean, I'm not good, but that's about all I'm getting. And so finally this week has been the first week in 3 years that I literally have gotten 6+ hours a night, and I feel so much better. So I'm trying not to nap, but I did today. I didn't feel well. Detroit Lions, a nail biter. They went into overtime, 31-31. Good grief. Yeah, those are the best kind, though, when that happens. They won by a field goal. Gets everybody's heart pumping. New puppy is slowing down production. Janie, I'm telling you. Kelly knows what you're talking about the new puppy. Don't get her started. She's on a roll. Her new puppy is a terror, apparently. But you know what? The new puppy loves yarn. So, I mean, we can't really fault, right? Because we do too. Thank you, Kelly. I'm fine. I'm just, yeah. It's one of the reasons why I came on live. It's just so much going on and just, I'm over it. I'm just over it today. So I need a little dose of friendly crochet. Everything you do is slow. I feel it. I'm telling you. I never do anything fast either, but I like smaller projects. But somebody needs to tell my brain and my hands that, because this year, like Kristen will tell you, that I normally didn't do a lot of blankets and stuff. I steered away from them. Like if somebody asked me to make them a blanket, I'm like, yeah, no. But apparently, this was the year of blankets. I've done 4 plus. Oh gosh, I did 4 full size, or mainly full size blankets. Yeah, full size. One of them was full size, like throw size actually. Another one was probably throw size. I did a full size plus, and I did it's probably more like a queen. And then I did another throw size, and then I did a couple of baby blankets actually. She's wild, and then she crashes. Tell that dog whatever she's on that she needs to tell us what gives her pep. She's drinking coffee or something. Yesterday you didn't work on anything. You pulled out your fall decor and decorated the living room with pumpkins and gnomes. I bet that's beautiful. Renaissance Festival. We have those here, not here, but in our state. I have a cousin that goes to those frequently. A couple actually that go. Yeah, I'm just slow. I mean, I did finish, like I said. I thought I was doing really good, because the other day I got out 21 to 3. They're getting stomped. I got out all the things, right? It does take forever, Kelly, to do a blanket. It's crazy. I don't know how they crochet a blanket in a week. My hands would fall off. It's not going to happen. But I got all the things, right? I got all my bags with all the different yarns, that I had all these things in my head I was going to do. And I dug through and I found all of the kitchen towels that I have, because I know my deadline to turn all that stuff in is October 15th for donations, and I wanted to get those out, right, and get them out the house. And I was trying to go through some stuff and work up, and that's why I'm working on this. I'm trying to work up some things that I've had in the back of my head for projects forever, and figure out what to do with it. So I dug all that stuff out. I got my brand new rotary cutter out that Susan gave me that has the skip blade on it. I got everything out I needed to work on, right? So I sat down and I was looking through things, and I took all the towels I had. I think I ended up with about 15 or 16 pieces, and I cut them in half with the rotary blade, and then I did the skip blade across them, and I started crocheting, and I thought, I'm going to knock these out today. This Friday. I think it was Friday. It's going to be great. Might have been Thursday. Squirrel. And I'm going to boom through this, and I'm going to get all these things done. I did 1 or 2 that day, I think. Maybe more. I did 1 and quit. And I just, I have in my mind that it takes X number of hours to do something, but it takes like X to infinity for me. I don't know. 6 weekends. Here we have 6 weekends. I can't see it. In Bonner Springs, and 1 weekend in Wichita. Okay.
The Renaissance Festival.
Huh?
The Renaissance Festival.
Oh, cool. So I was a little discouraged with myself, and then the next day I did a few more and said I'm done. And then I only had 3 left, and I thought, well, I'm going to go work those 3. And one of them tore up on me, and I had to throw it out. So that was fine, but I did finish. They're done. They're done. Everything I'm doing for that's done. Kristen, what are you doing? They pouring it on you at school?
Not really. I got like 3 classes, maybe. I got 4, but 2 of them are easy.
She has 2 regular classes, like in-school classes, and then she has 2 virtual college, dual credit classes is what they call them.
And then I've been at work.
So she'll get credit for high school and college. So she blocks out every day before the end of the day and gets to come home early.
Yes, or go to work,
depending on what's going on. Which, my youngest is not that thrilled about, because that means he doesn't get to ride home with her. He has to ride the bus.
But he gets to go with me every morning.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. But it's made it different this year, because when I work, usually she would ride with me. And so if I work and she can't ride with me because she's got to go to work or whatever. But yeah, it's been different. But it's been busy. And she went on a trip for FFA. And let's see, what else did you do? We're getting ready for senior pictures.
I took my formal pictures.
Yep. So you all remember those formal pictures with the drapes that make you feel all
and pearls. It was so itchy.
Makes you feel all up in your grill,
Suffocation. That's what it felt like.
Up in your business. I never have understood why we do those, but whatever.
It felt like a really cheap Halloween costume.
Like,
it was
legit,
itchy.
If you wore that to school, you would be dress coded.
Oh, yeah.
Like, legit.
100%.
You would be dress coded.
We have to wear it for pictures.
I just thought about that. That's funny. It makes me think of like the 1950s and things like that. I don't know why we still do those, but whatever.
It's tradition.
Yeah, whatever. So we had middle school we had high school homecoming week before last, middle school homecoming this week. So we got to go to the middle school homecoming dance, which was interesting. And yeah, here we are. Time to start baking the pumpkin muffins. Yum. I love pumpkin rolls, but I can't make them, and my husband loves pumpkin rolls.
They're really good.
So we buy them
at... one you got the other day that was not from Kroger. Don't buy that again. I meant to tell that. I didn't like it.
Walmart, maybe?
I think so. I didn't like that one.
Yes, they do theme days. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and I only dressed up for one.
She was gone. Like, their trip coincided with their... Okay, first of all, back it up. Homecoming is supposed to be in October. But because we have a festival... Hey! How are you, Shanae? Right? Shanae, right? Like Renee. Isn't that what you told me?
Yeah, that's how I remember.
Yay, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome in. We're so glad to see people. I just feel like I need people.
But it lines up with the festival in our town. So
oh my gosh. Pumpkin rolls are so yummy with the cream cheese.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a festival in our town, and so the festival is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
No, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, what used to? Okay, it used to be Saturday, Sunday, 2 weeks. Then they switched it to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now apparently it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, but we don't have school during those days, and it was when we were supposed to have homecoming, and so they wanted to have homecoming when the kids were going to be in school, and so they switched it. So homecoming got backed up to this couple of weeks ago. So she was gone during that time. So part of the dress day she didn't get to do.
So the first day was Jersey Day, which one, I forgot it was dress up days, and two, I didn't wear a jersey. The second day was Barbie Day, which was supposed to be either
I'm a Barbie girl.
Copyright.
It was 2 seconds.
Either you dress up as a Barbie or Ken, or you wear pink. So I just wore a pink shirt because my best friend was dressing up wearing her Barbie shirt and didn't want to do it alone. And then, well, technically, let me tell you the plans. Tuesday was supposed to be Duo Day. And they were doing, like, people were doing, like, full-on characters, like Scooby-Doo, like, the whole team. They were doing it together. So me and my friend and her cousin, who's a grade below us, and we're all kind of friends, we were going to do Alvin and the Chipmunks. That lined up perfectly, like, perfect. And then they switched the days to where Duo Day was Wednesday and Barbie Day was Tuesday. So we couldn't do it, and that made me really mad. And then Friday.
Hey, Catherine, how are you, darling?
Orange and black, and I didn't do that.
All right, Jeannie's dog took off with the bottle of Pepsi. That's why I was laughing, because our Roxy will do that. Like, mainly when she's outside. She doesn't do it in the house.
Yeah.
But if you're outside and you, like, lay your pop down or set it down on your chair, she will grab it and run. She loves, and she wants you to play fetch with it. Pumpkin rolls are great. I like we buy the ones from Kroger and Walmart. They're not as good as homemade, but, whatever. Don't say that. That's not nice.
I didn't like it.
But you need to get 2 blankets done, starting hats for your son's school. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even want to think about blankets. I have in the back of my head, I keep going, you need to start this. You need to start this. But then my gut's saying, just take a break. Don't do it. 1 or 2 days a week just to work on making hats. Yep. I think that works when you space it out like that. I don't know. I keep thinking, I've already started thinking about goals for next year. And to be honest, I'm seriously thinking that my goal is not having goals.
Goals aren't for me.
Who was it? I think it was Rebecca from Yarn and Pajamas. I'm pretty sure she said this was a stress-free crochet year, and so she didn't make goals. Like, I'm all about having a list because otherwise I forget. of things I want to make, because I do have a very long list of items I'd like to make, and it's constantly changing. Like I put in the group the other day that I knocked things off my list, not by doing them, but just because I don't want to do them anymore. And that happens a lot. Like I'll save a pattern and then I'll go back and look at it. Like the other night I was thinking, I should make a blanket for do. And I had a long list. And then I went back and thought later and thought, is that really necessary? A, will it be used? B, will it be appreciated? And I'm not meaning like out there really appreciate it. I'm just saying, is it worth the time and effort, or could you do something else that would be appreciated more? Almost finished with the heirloom blanket you started in January 2022. Just about ready to start connecting the squares together on my hubby's blanket. I'm not a square connector. I'm not. That's why
I've tried.
That's why for Boggy Creek, I think I'm just going to send squares and let Lynette do them herself and put them together for me. Kelly, you know you're not going to keep that goal. I love you, but we both know we're not keeping that goal. Blanket hoodie. Ooh, that's neat. I bet Kristen would like that. She's a hoodie girl. You don't want to make any blankets. That's what you're doing now. I know. I told my hubby this morning, I said, I need to go to Joann's. I said, they have a sale. I think it was 25% off, the additional 25% off. Of this stuff is driving me nuts right here, y'all.
I absolutely want to make
cut it off.
Is a hooded scarf. Like I saw that.
It's a hooded blanket, same difference.
No, a hooded blanket is like full, like it's like one of them big old blanket things, right? That like has armholes and
like a snuggie.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh, that's what she's talking about, is a blanket hoodie.
No, I'm just thinking that's a scarf one.
Oh. Full oatmeal and dried Michigan cherries. Ooh, yum. Walnuts and dark chocolate chip. That sounds yummy.
Like a pocket shawl with a hood. Okay.
Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Yep. So that's kind of where I stand with crochet. I'm pretty aggravated. But then again, I'm at peace with, this is what I want to do right now. It's just not showing progress. So either y'all get to tune in and just hear me yak, and while I'm crocheting, which is what I'm doing right now, because I'm trying to get rid of the rest of this skein, because this is the first one. And I just started this, I think last weekend. I don't remember. Last week sometime. Or we don't have videos. So I'm just yakking because, I'm going to crochet and chat because I want to crochet. The way I kind of see it is I wish we had something here where we could go and meet with people and crochet. I've always said the perfect job for me, I would love to own a shop where we had like crafts and crochet, and you could sit and grab a coffee and talk to your friends and go grab a book, and all in a book nook all together, one thing. And that would be wonderful, and I would be so happy. But we don't have anything like that here unless I drive an hour away, and that's not really that's not going to happen. And I don't know those people. Of course, at some point, but I think they have them like at our Joann's or whatever. Catherine, I'm glad you sold your house again. Hopefully you get to move soon and you can get through all the stress. I know that's been a lot. All right, that sounds good, Kelly. I'm moving.
Kelly, are you listening to Morgan Wallen?
Lord have mercy.
Where I work in the dining room, we play 995, or I don't even think it's 995. It's one of the radio stations. And occasionally when I take trays down to people, I get to hear Morgan Wallen on his work.
I swear she's been on my phone because my reels on Facebook, every other one, like every 2 out of 3 is him. There was one today, a picture of him with a girl. And she said something about when he comes to sing you a private concert. And everybody's going wild in the comments about talking about what kind of person he is, talking about what kind of person she is. I'm like, y'all, come on. Everybody goes through seasons of whirlwind knit and crochet and periods where it feels like blah. Yeah, Jeannie, I think I have. I think I've pushed hard and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Don't get me wrong, I have. But in enjoying that, it's just kind of like now, and I knew we were working towards this goal. I knew I was working towards by November being finished with my Christmas shopping, which is probably not going to happen. I mean, my kids, I have a certain number of things they get each year. Okay. And so I have worked all year to get to the point where those things are done. And then they get one bigger present and their dad picks that out. So usually, so I had pushed that I would have that done. I'm real close to getting it done, but I don't know that it'll be done in November. But I think I'm 6 away from being finished, so that's not that big a deal. And then, yeah, I've done most everybody else's except Jack and I, whatever we do for each other. And then, and I'm not worried about, whatever that is because I don't care. And then the other goal was to finish Christmas gifts. And I think, I said November, I'm pretty much done. What I've done is what I'm going to do. I'm not doing anything else for anybody else. Um, I'm just not feeling it. I have to do something for a couple of people. It's probably not going to be crochet. If it is, it might be like dishcloths or something like that, or washcloths. Something I know they'll use and appreciate, and then like a gift card because that's just where I am. Get through the day better if we had music at the store. You don't have music at your store? Oh, yeah, that's
It does
true.
get loud.
It does get loud, and I say that about the school system. I said if we could play music in the room, man, these kids would do so much better, and the teachers would do better. But yeah, then you'd have when I first started subbing, I remember kids telling me, "Play some music, Miss Ratliff," and of course, dummy me at the time didn't realize that probably wouldn't be too appropriate. But I guess I did because in my head I was trying to think what was appropriate, and I said, "Oh, I could play some Adele," and they're like, "Ew, gross." And I thought, boy, we are not on the same level because I'd be playing 80s and get in trouble. Kristen was in here last night, and I was listening to Bon Jovi, and she went, "Oh my goodness, that's awful. How do you listen to that?" Not that the music was awful, it was the words.
And I'd listened to this song so many times and just realized what it said. I love Bon Jovi.
And it is bad. And it is. I'm not saying it's not bad. What he says is, yeah, not appropriate for young ears. But, we listened to it and sang it our whole time and never thought, honestly, back then, I probably didn't think 2 seconds about what he was really saying. Kristen said, "I'm so shocked that Papa didn't get you. He didn't ground you." And I'm like, he didn't even know what they were saying. Back then, they had no clue what they were saying. They weren't even listening. It wasn't that. But what's the name of that song? I can't figure it out without singing it. And I can't sing it.
Sing it in your head. That's what I do. I don't remember what it was. It came on before.
Never Say Goodbye.
Yeah, that one.
That's what it is. I had to go through to the chorus. Yep. Kristen was like, "Oh my gosh, Mom!"
I was like barely paying attention, and I heard it. I was like, "Oh!"
You only heard it because I sang it out loud. If I hadn't sang it, you'd never known it. It
No,
would have
I
been.
heard him.
So yeah, I guess music in there, wouldn't be the greatest of ideas, but
Ours is only on country music.
Yeah.
I have to pay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Sorry. Old country, maybe. New country, no thank you.
All country. Well, the new country isn't that great, but
No. But anyway, so yeah, that's squirrel. I just kind of feel like I've done everything I want to do for this year as far as Christmas goes. I do have another project in the works that I have to complete, and it has to be done by the beginning of November. And so I need to get cracking on that. But I just keep putting it off. So that's another reason why I'm kind of like, I don't want to take on any bigger projects. And like I said, this blanket here is to be put in storage when I'm done. So it's not like I hurry up and finish it. Somebody's having a baby. Even those I didn't finish. I had enough babies coming out and family and friends this year that it was ridiculous. And I didn't finish it. So I would like to do a couple of baby blankets to put back in storage just in case. But I don't know. I have one baby blanket that I made to gift and have never gotten it to him because we live so far apart. And it's not like a ship it type of thing. It's, we're not that, we live in the same general area, but it's just getting, the time together. And when I mentioned it, they said, well, they were never in my area anymore. And so I don't go out of our area a lot in the general direction. So it's still here. And then I have a couple that I made and donated. So, but I never did get finished. I did all but one of the ones I said I was going to do. But like I said, I still have one that has not been delivered and may not. It may go in the hope chest. You're cooking while watching. What are you cooking that's good? It's about that time here too. I've been struggling with my sugar. I have borderline diabetes, but it's always on the low end, and it really caught up to me. It's one of the reasons for the past 3 weeks you haven't seen a whole lot. I didn't tell anybody. I had an episode, and yep. So it was more important to take care of me than it was to deal with anything else. I want to cook in a maid too. I tell Kristen all the time that her and Luke need to marry doctors and lawyers and plumbers and whatever. I guess they're gonna have to be multi-talented because we ain't in the biblical days of having 4 and 5 and 6 wives and husbands. But and then they need to hire somebody that likes to cook. I can't stand to cook.
You crazy?
Why?
Expect all that?
Yep, I'm expecting a lot. I raised you. I'm expecting a lot back. Nah, I'd just be happy if they find somebody that's good for them and God-fearing and a Christian who will treat them well. Roxy, go. She's on a tantrum. What is it with dogs? I think it's a full moon.
It is.
Maybe that explains so much.
It's like been 3 in a row. I think is what Dad told me.
That explains today so well, because today has been a mess of people. Y'all ever have a day where it's a mess of people? Tell us what you're working on. Most of you that came in, I think, did tell us what you're working on. But if you didn't, speak up and let us know what you're working on. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please. We appreciate that so much. We don't often ask for that, but I appreciate it. Speaking of thumbs up, Nisi, if you're still here, I so appreciate the tip. If you have content on your channel, you can go to your studio, and when you look at the content over on the right-hand side, it will show you beside each video a percent, and the percent has to do with how many likes and dislikes you had. I had no idea. I guess I was thinking that they would show up on the main video when you look at, when you pull it up. They do not. But boy, are there some dislikes out there on YouTube, and some people who are apparently cranky for no reason. Pot holders that are Halloween colors. That's cool. Hey, Zach, how are you? I'm sorry you're at work. I'm sorry you're at work, but I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing well. So I went in and looked at ours, and what she was showing was Nisi was talking about how that you have comments that are hidden comments. I had a ton on there, and I go through all the time and check her comments. But the thing is, they only stay for like, I think 60 days. Was it, Nisi? 30, 60? I don't know. And hi, how are you? You're playing Yarn Chicken on a corner-to-corner Grafgan. What kind of Grafgan picture? Welcome in, Kai. So I went through and I had tons of comments. Like, I was missing comments. Kim from Yarning for a Smile had sent me links for things, and she said they might be in the hidden comments, and I thought she meant on, like, I thought I don't know.
Like the filters, maybe?
I don't know. I thought they were coming through my email or something. No, she posted them on YouTube, and YouTube flagged them, and they flagged them as, spam or detrimental or whatever. And I had tons of comments that had nothing to do with anything wrong. Like, I understand if they have links that they flag them, but I had comments that were just, there's nothing wrong with the links either. But I had comments about just normal stuff. Like, oh, I love that. Or what? I'm like, why are they flagging stuff like that? Yeah. Zach, that's called adulting. Kristen says all the time she doesn't like to have responsibilities. I completely get it. You love to cook and bake, which is convenient for the guys you live with. Yeah, I bet. Oh, plaid. I bet that's pretty. So while I was in there, I was looking and I found the dislike buttons too. And I understand, like, I've been known to accidentally hit a dislike button and then go back and hit like real quick. And I assume that counteracts it because, when you're going through scrolling, it's easy to do. And especially on shorts and things. But Nisi says she tends not to pay attention to the dislikes. Nisi, I swear, it is hard for me sometimes to think that, people could be just, I don't know. Every time Granny D comments on videos or live replays, they always go to held for review. That's crazy. I don't get it. But I know we've had this conversation before, Nisi, about people who subscribe and unsubscribe because, like, we have had lots of things like that where to show up and be like, okay, that bouncing thing that YouTube does, right? You have 500 people, now you have 499, now you have 501, now you have 497. That's insane to me, which, I've learned to ignore it. But yeah, this thing with the likes, I'm just like, I had like 4 dislikes on. I think I did another one bites the dust on our hats. I was talking about the hats that we had. And I'm just like, really, if you don't like something, why don't you just scroll on? Why do you have to comment? Or, well, most people don't comment. They just hide behind the dislike button. I think, YouTube should, if you're gonna dislike something, then we ought to be allowed to know who's doing that. I mean, because if it's the same person every time and it's meant for if it's meant to be ugly, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't get it. Okay. Hold on. I've got to do this message for stuff for an appointment. One second. But yeah, I try not to let things get to me. And like I said, if it's just one dislike, then it's like, okay. But if it's more than one, it's like, what the heck is going on? Hi, Cindy. How are you? Your numbers go up and down all the time. Ours do too, Kelly. I've learned to accept that and roll with it and not really care. At this point, I just want to say, if you're that unhappy to leave a dislike button or a thumbs down, then you're that unhappy to leave. I mean, that's just sincerely how I feel about it. I don't really care. YouTube purged today. You lost a lot of just really. How do you know that they purged today? It goes in waves. Then you just have people that subscribe long enough for a giveaway. Yep, that's one of the main reasons that we don't do a whole lot of giveaways because what's the point? The views are the most important if you're wanting to monetize. Yeah, that's a whole other situation. You got your tribe that rolls with you. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. We have our group that stays with us, and that's the most important thing to us. And I kind of have stopped watching as far as subscriber numbers. Like I watch it and look at it, but as far as like getting obsessed with how many's there, it is what it is. I mean, seriously, it is what it is. You're going to be okay for some people and some people you're not. And I get that because I've had people that, you go to watch and then you're like, yeah, I don't know if that fits me. And sometimes I unsubscribe. Here lately. I think more about that before I hit the unsubscribe button. I do wish YouTube would let us filter better what comes on our page because like I'm subscribed to people who don't show up in my videos and I'm like on my page to watch. And then I go back and look and I've been changed somehow to from all videos to certain ones. It makes no sense to me. 10 subscribers at once. Good night, nurse. I don't know that we've ever had that happen, but we don't have, we've got like 600. So it's not like it's a whole bunch that you're going to see that big of a drop probably. So maybe that's the difference. Yeah. But ours will go up and down. And then they say, well, you need to watch a video. You need to do this. And you need to do that. I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know what they're doing, but it's crazy to me. And then hours will jump like crazy. And then they'll go down. And then Nisi, we're at that stage where you were talking about where, hi, Ashley, how are you? Welcome in. Tell us what you're working on. Where you're past the year stage. So, you start to lose hours as you go forward because those days fall off. You need to tell them what you were working on. Did you get anywhere on it? Was that a no?
Almost done with the last row of August.
You can show it. We haven't done an update for a little while.
Well, if my yarn would detangle
Cooperate.
itself.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Mm-hmm. I'm catching up on my mood blanket. So we have January all the way up to August. And I'm on the last technically 2 rows of August because I'm catching up, so I'm doing the whole 2 rows at once trick. So
yeah, the one that I told her about, but I never could master.
I've gone where it goes pretty quickly now.
75 subscribers, Ashley. Well, you're getting there. It just takes time, right? You build it over time. And that's how you just keep going. Letitia, how are you? A baby blanket for the principal at the school. That's what I'm doing, baby blanket. What color is yours and what kind of pattern? Thank you, Catherine. Catherine did a mood blanket too. She finished hers though. She did one for 6 months. So
nice.
But I like her concept because hers was no matter her mood, she would pick a color that represented something good about the day. So it was always happy.
Nice.
It was always happy. So if she's in a bad mood, she picked something to focus on that was good, an attitude of gratitude, if you will. Yeah. And I really like that idea.
That is a good idea.
It's kind of like journaling, which is our intent with this. And I did pretty good up until about August.
I got behind in like July.
See, I don't always speak up either, Jeannie, especially if I'm not feeling well. If I'm not feeling well, I'll put it on play and I'll let it roll. And I don't always talk or make a comment. I try to hit the like because I know that's important. But the thumbs up, because that's important to all videos. I know that. So I try to hit that. Even though they can't see that it was me that hit the thumbs up, they do see the thumbs up and they do see the watch time. So I try to do that because I know that's most important. Yeah, I don't like mean and nasty too. I tend to, that is something I tend to unsubscribe from. I don't do drama in real life. And I'm not going to do Drama Llama on here either. So I do unsubscribe from that kind of stuff. And I have several that I watch. But like I said, there are several that I watch religiously and do not see them come up in my, whatever you call that, when I hit subscriptions and the videos show up, they're not there. And it's flooded by lives and scheduled stuff and things like that. Like I'll have 15 videos by this one person or 2-3 people who have scheduled their lives, but it's not showing me the videos content creators have made that I watch. And so I have to literally go back through my list on the side of people I'm subscribed to and go find their videos and binge watch because I've missed 3 or 4. And I don't know why that is. And I've gone back and looked, and like I said, some of them, whatever the choices are, it was not on all videos. It was like highlighted videos or something. I don't know. I just wish they would leave it alone. Like when I say I want to see this person's video, I want to see that person's video. Like Spring, for example. Spring should be at the top of my list every day. It should show up. Kelly's should be at the top of my list every day. Those are people who, who are always interacting with me and I'm interacting with them. Those videos should be showing up. And they don't. They don't show up. And I don't know why that is. And it's just like Niecy. I've been subscribed to Niecy for a long time. And sometimes her videos, they just don't show up till later. And I don't get it. That might be part of the problem, Jeannie. I don't know. It is constant, though. It is constant. And I did go back and look. And like with Springs, I was only subscribed. I was subscribed, but it said... whatever it is that it says. I don't know what it says. It wasn't showing me everything. It was showing me highlights or whatever. So I had to change that. And I could have sworn that when I did it, hey Susan, how are you?
Hello.
That it was that it was different than that. Now see, Niecy says all. I just went and checked. But I don't always see them. I mean, I guess maybe I did. I don't know. You better test those cookies. Tell them you make it. You're like the taste tester for the king to make sure that they're not poison. You have to eat them all to taste test. That's what I'd tell them. It's about that time of the season, right? We'll do peanut butter balls, chocolate fudge, peanut butter fudge, no bake cookies, peanut butter cookies.
See, I have a plan.
All of them.
Now it's October, so it's socially acceptable. I bought like pumpkin molds and candy melts at Joann's, and I'm gonna make like cake pops.
When did you do that? When did you go to Joann's and I wasn't there?
You were there with me, because that was the day I spent like $50.
Oh, I didn't know you bought those. Cool.
Yep, I'm gonna make some.
So when are you making candy? Yeah, that's the problem with this one. She goes and makes and bakes all this stuff, but then she'll go, that's for work. No, that's for school.
I make some for here, make some for work, and then I make some for a couple of teachers at work or at school.
hats on a Boggy Creek blanket. I'm getting ready to do Boggy Creek squares. I've tried once or twice because I'm going to send them to Lynette. I think that's, or Lynn Ann. Kelly, is it Lynette or Lynn Ann? See, these are people that you introduced me to, and I want to make squares to send to her for her to put them together. But it's got to be a 5x5 square, and my squares, no matter, I changed my hook and everything, they went from 4.5 to 5.5, not 5. And I just saw her video the other day where she said that sometimes tension is difficult and that she will fudge them. So I'm going to do that. I thought about doing some with this. This is that, I think this might be the last one I have. I don't even remember what I made with them. I made that, the one hair bow holder. This is retro stripes. Yeah, Red Heart retro stripes. So I thought maybe I'd try to do some squares for that for Boggy Creek. Good night, Catherine. What time is it there? I'm so glad you came in. It's late there, right? Baby ombre. Happy baby crochet blanket. Cool. Cool. You'll have to show us on the Facebook group.
Yes.
But yeah, YouTube is just a hot mess. And it could be my settings because, quite frankly, mine got all out of whack the other day. I was trying to get in, and Kristen has her own channel. Like, not channel, but, she has her own.
Where I go and watch YouTube.
Channel. It is a channel with no content. Yeah. It's where she watches, and she very rarely comments or reads. So I read everything, and she's busy, right? So, and I tell her whatever she needs to know and all that jazz. But she somehow got on my computer that it was her channel and it wouldn't go back to our channel, and I was having a mess trying to figure that out.
I thought it was
11 p.m. Good night. Have a good night. We appreciate you so much. So excited to hear that your house has sold, and praying that goes ahead and goes through for you and you can get moved without the stress. You don't get notifications. You don't see new videos on the home screen from a lot of the channels I follow either. Yeah. So see, I thought it was something I was doing. I don't know.
See, I get notifications, but I think I've messed mine up. I don't think I have all of mine on all. I think some are on, like,
I don't even think I knew that there wasn't all. I just thought when you subscribed, you hit the bell, then you get all the notifications. Has it always been that way? I don't know. And I know there are channels that I have unsubscribed from before. I'm guilty of that. And then resubscribed just simply because at the time I thought that it just wasn't for me, right? We weren't, I don't know, whatever. It wasn't that they were saying anything wrong. It was just, or that I was doing anything wrong. It's just, I wasn't feeling it, right? And I get like that sometimes. But now I've gotten to the point where instead of unsubscribing, I just don't go in and watch, right? Or I'll go in and hit a like and move on and whatever. But I mean, it is what it is. But legit statistics is one thing, but this stuff with things flipping around and doing whatever, it makes my head hurt. But yeah, so I just figured out another way that you can figure out how everything is wrong, and that's by looking at the likes and dislikes, and then looking at your hidden comments, which I had missed some that were pretty important. And so, I wish they gave us the ability on each video when you're looking at it yourself. Like, oh my goodness, there we go. Sorry, it was a glitch. I wish they gave us the ability to see those hidden comments there. Nisi, I'm like you. I have started going through Studio to look at